water. Very hot day today. At least in my city. So hot or not, go drink some water. And I can start this thing here. Well, let's go. Continue. We have a city to explore. They came back to the lower city. That's the door. I just killed these fucking guards. Ah, shit. I'm the rooftop. Dude, 32. Holy crap. How much my athletics? 35, so I'm good. Yeah, I can go there, yeah, I get it, but I don't really want now.
I finished here. Is there more?
I mean, mine the edge looks like it. This looks like the edge. Right? Doesn't look like I can go further in this direction. Looks like that's it. Yeah, that should be the edge. Let's came from there. Things you see in Alushinyrra, a pamphlet by Berzibin Ginzapar. Alushinyrra attracts a great number of guests to the Abyss with its captivating ambience and exotic delights. If you're planning to see the city by yourself and fully appreciate everything it has to offer to citizen travelers, you absolutely must include the main sights of this wonderful place in your itinerary. 5 famous attractions in Alushinyrra. 5. The Battle Blaze, the fabled combat arena where you can watch battles unfurl between the most unimaginable creatures from the Abyss and other planes. Fights between infamous demonic duelists, large-scale free-for-alls, slaughter of defenseless slaves. You can see it all. All you have to do is pick the time in the event. The Flesh Markets, a massive slave market of the richest variety that yours truly has ever seen with her own eyes. It offers first-rate quality product for all uses, be it for work, pleasure, sacrifices, or other more sophisticated purposes. The 10,000 Delights. This house of passion and pleasure offers services to all who seek carnal satisfaction. Guests are attended by true masters of their trade, who are so skilled that you just won't be able to leave, literally. So be careful about unleashing your lust and wildest fantasies, for half as many visitors ever leave the main gates of the 10,000 Delights as enter. The Harem. Do you dream of witnessing absolute political life? The Harem is the civic center of Alushinyrra and the place where Nocticula's closest associate, Lady Shamira, currently presides. They enjoy this facility's magnificent architecture as well as its exciting and fast-paced show trials. Nauticula's Palace. There is no question that the Palace of the Midnight Isle's sovereign is the #1 spot for any interplanar wanderer. The structure's grandeur, elegance, alluring grace, and imposing monumental scale are absolutely awe-inspiring. Truly, only in the Abyss could these qualities have come together in a single architectural masterpiece. Alas, yours truly never got the chance to take a peek inside a gorgeous edifice. Will you, dear reader, perhaps have better luck? Below, there is an addendum in a small print. Note: despite Lady Nauticula's orders that dissuade citizens from murderous excesses in public spaces, the streets of Alushinyrra, particularly its dark alleys and city nooks and crannies, may present you with some unpleasant surprises. Given the possibility of these unpleasant surprises, Given the possibility of these unfortunate developments, I would recommend having planar shifting spells prepared or at least some means of teleporting to safety. Alrighty. I think this mortal will fetch a good price at the flesh markets. Let's bind him up and take him to the slave surgery before he makes a fuss. Really? You decided to die? Oh my fucking god, are you shitting me? Let's die. Come on. Oh, there he comes. I don't get this.
Here.
108 districts. Okay. Somebody decided to go full on. Let's go full on.
Into the fray.
Let's go full on. Well, lots of motherfuckers. Who has -1, -5? Fuck. Can't use during combat, I guess. Fuck, why not? I can do this. Well, let's heal. No, let's be protected against fire. What else? Oh, but go fuck yourself.
Kneel before.
I will resist.
Okay, who needs? Holy shit. Malone needs immediate rescue from dying.
Broken.
What? What? Oh, because I'm staggered, I can't. Alrighty. Really? Can I cast now? Okay, now he can. Well, I never played Divinity Original Sin, but I bought... Oh, hello, Dancer Wall. Yeah. I never played Divinity Original Sin. I have heard friends talk about it because I bought Baldur's Gate 3 pre-purchase by the time that it was available. I played, like the first act, all of it. I played, I don't know, 80 hours. I replayed it. So, Baldur's Gate 3 is an excellent game, but it's all the characters, all the cutscenes, everything. The game speaks, right? I don't need to read the stuff. The game is 3D. All three, not it's not that this game is not 3D. It's that it's you interact more with the environment This game here is like there is a limitation, right? There is limitations. Cannot interact with most things. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is fucking awesome. It's because it's the same company, right? The same company that created Vintage Original Sin is this the one that created Baldur's Gate 3, according to my friend. Then I went to research and yeah, that's it. So I have so many games in my list, and one of them is Divinity Original Sin that I have to play. I have to finish Witcher 3. I have to finish the Four Cries, which I bought all of them. I have to play Path of Exile still. So, thank you for the following. Gotta try Divinity Original Sin 2. They didn't feel like Witcher 3. It's so good, yeah. So my friend said that the 2 is excellent, so I should go for it. But I was waiting for this game for almost 2 years, man. The Return of Righteous. This game is fucking amazing, man. This game is insanely good, dude. I'm like blown away by this game. This game is so far the best of the genre. I'm not comparing it to Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity Original Sin, because I think they are still in the genre of video game RPGs or role-playing video games, but they are at like a subgenre of their own because they have this. They are more like first person, right? So according to the creators of the game, that they started Kingmaker in 2018, and then they came now with Rise of Righteous. They wanted to create a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate 2 and this genre of games, and they are just excelling at it, man. If they start a Kickstarter tomorrow, I'm going to pay every single penny. I don't think they will. There will be DLCs for this game, very, very for sure. And I will buy the DLCs, all of them. This game is fucking amazing. I'm going to be playing this game. I'm even going to break my list of games that I was supposed to play after this, because I'm going to be playing this game at least 2 or 3 times more. You have to try, man. Take a fucking look at this game. This game is very complex. It's based on Pathfinder First Edition, which I prefer. I'm not going to create a fight here because people are divided. I think nobody likes D&D Fourth Edition. The majority of people likes D&D 5th, Pathfinder 2nd, Pathfinder 1st, D&D 3.5. But most of the people of D&D 3.5 stick with Pathfinder 1st. And I am one of the guys that stick with Pathfinder 1st. If you're in these three genres, you can consider yourself like a fantasy gamer player, like the RPG, the PnP RPG, which I played for I don't know how long I have been playing this game. So this game is a fucking amazing, man. It's very complex, very, very complex. They created this mythic path. We have mythic path in Pathfinder PFSRD. You can see here. We have mythic, but it's different. So, and I read the books, the Raphael Righteous books. They don't have this. They don't have neither the books nor the system Pathfinder First Edition has these mythic paths. So look, these are the mythic paths of the original game, right? Archmage, Champion, Guardian, Hierophant, Martial, Trickster. So they maintain what? Trickster? That's it. Archmage? No, Trickster. All of the rest they invented, especially specifically for the video game. So I think they yeah. I have a friend, one of my players, he plays 5e2. He thinks both of the games are good. He doesn't compare them. He just says the same thing that I say, that D&D is a different game. It's not comparable because it's much simpler than Pathfinder First Edition. Even Pathfinder Second Edition right now is much simpler than Pathfinder First Edition. Pathfinder First Edition is, right now it's close to GURPS. It's so complex. There's so many prestige classes. So yeah, if you like complexity and variety and you don't like to create all the time house rules, you should stick with a very complex system, which is not my case. In the case of D&D 5th edition or games like this that are simpler, the necessity of creating house rules exists, in my opinion. Yeah, consider 5e an arcade version of yeah, exactly. They started this thing in the 4th edition. They were, I don't know, trying to create the from what I read at the time, I think they were trying to create something like WoW in PnP, right? In pencil and paper, and like nobody enjoyed it. Zero people. I know zero people that liked the 4th edition. or for Athena realms for that matter. So yeah, I have to restore this character because it just took 9 fucking levels of damage. So, dude, this game is fucking amazing. Crazy. Okay, there's still something going on here. What is it? I am in an area. Oh, there's the spores. Oh, I need a blast. I need to cast a blast to remove the spores. We're ramping up to try Starfinder next. You mean your group? I never tried Starfinder. I mean, if I go from my roots, from the 2 biggest pieces of lore of like high fantasy that would be. I'm not saying that they are the summit or something like that. I'm just saying that from my perspective of 2 big pieces of fantasy lore that people base games and RPGs, that would be Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, because basically all fantasy rooted from human mythology, but the modern fantastic games and RPGs basically rooted from Tolkien, which was a genius, right? And Star Wars, they created basically the Bible. It's basically like it's Greek drama, the Bible, in a futuristic setting. So from those 2, my favorite is by a little margin Star Wars. So I would rather play futuristic games. I had, when I was a kid, GURP Cyberpunk. The moment De Veer is Brazilian, the Brazilian editor of books. The moment the translated GURP Cyberpunk appeared in Brazil, my brother bought immediately, and it's fucking amazing. And we bought GURP Supers, and we had the GURP High Tech. It's amazing, but I think the popularity just wins you over. So I started to play Dungeons and Dragons from an early age, and now I'm what? I'm playing for 27 years, man. I'm a dinosaur here. I don't know what is the age that you think that I have, but I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 27, 28 years. See, I'm a huge fan of Lotter, but The Expanse made me want to jump into high school. Oh, and The Expanse is very good. So you're the first one that comes here to talk to me that likes The Expanse. I always mention this show when people were like, yeah, I really enjoyed The Expanse. It's very, very feasible. I like feasible things. For example, yesterday I was even in entertainment. Yesterday I was trying to watch in my HBO Max the Suicide Squad. I couldn't. Not it's I didn't. I don't know. It's so. I think I'm getting away from the superhero genre because things are just so unfeasible. I really enjoyed Watchmen, The Boys, and what's the other one? The super super powerful, the invisible. I don't know. I forgot the one. The books are absolutely fantastic too. Oh, I never read the books. I read the first book, Leviathan Wakes, in 3 days. But oh yeah, the feasibility is what makes it so interesting. Invincible, yeah, Invincible, dude. Like that's what I am rooting for to really, place itself in the market forever. I like feasibility, and Invincible, The Boys, and Watchmen, they are just excellent at it. Just excellent. I remember I don't know why I stopped reading Preacher, but I don't know if it is from the same author, but definitely from the same epoch I started reading Frosted. Holy shit, so good. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I probably cannot show in Twitch here because it's so gory. It's so gory. Go look for Crossed. It's so good. So yeah, so exactly, yes, I like sci-fi with some realism. Yes, exactly. So you are with me here. And Pathfinder first edition, or let's remove systems out of the way, right? Forgotten Realms, Golarion, Dragonlance, these lore systems of novels, they are so well based. I still GM. I don't know if then how to verbalize this. I still game master. So, and my players are right now dealing with an invasion of the seventh layer of hell in Fire Room. So they, I was rereading some of the plot stories because we kind of halted the game because of this game came about, and I was just rereading. I was rereading the 3.0 Tyrants of Nine Hells. The lore is so incredible of the Pact Primeval, man. I really like the shit. So yeah, let me show you here if you haven't seen. I'm still exploring the city. I was just attacked randomly because it's fucking Abyss. It's an abyssal city. If you don't like spoilers, it's going to be hard to watch my stream right now. But if you don't mind, this city. Oh, okay. So this little bell rings when you spot something. You can see here the Nenio, my witch, my mage, fails the perception check because it's casted automatically by the game. But my Arshale, my succubus seeking redemption, she has 45 perception. So the DC was 27, so it was great. She saw it, and then now I can loot this, and she can pick the lock 100% because she has trickery 35. These are not the skills of Pathfinder. They like condensed the skills in these 11, 13 skills, 11. And it's really good because they have to video game it, right? I don't mind. Okay, so take a look. The game has many phases, and this is one of the things that I found really interesting in this game is that I like mini games in games, and I like good interface. I think everybody likes good interface, but some people don't know exactly what interface is. So when I say interface, people confuse it with graphics, which is necessary nowadays. It's really good, right? Compelling, but it's I prefer interface than graphics. So the prologue of the game, you start with no map. There's just the map of the region, just like I'm opening now here, and you're trying to get back one city called Nerusian. After you get this city, after you get a fort, you open up with a map of the city. So there's many places. So okay, you can see them moving here, but the map is not continuous. So this is a generated map. Okay, I have there's the boundaries of the map here, and after I click some places, I move from one map to the other. That's how you play this game here. So this city appears with many points of interest that you can click, and there's a map. And after you conquer this city, then this city becomes a dot in the region of the word wound. That there's like an asshole. That is the demons. Is literally like an asshole drawn on the map if you see it. There is an experiment of this woman right here. She is like a scientist that is trying to develop something, and she came about with one of the things that is like a rift between the worlds, that the world wound, the abyss invades Galarium through the world. So there's a map of the world wound, and there is a crusade. So I spent what? I spent so far 5 hours, 5 days and 2 minutes. So this is what? This is 122 minutes. So 122 hours of game. It's so amazing. So the crusade is long. After you dominate a lot of the crusade and you push back the invasion of the armies, you have to take the fight to the abyss. So we are here in the abyssal. If you know a little bit of lore, you know that the 9 hells of layer, each layer is infinite, but there's only 9. But the abyss layers, they are infinite number of layers, but the layers are finite mostly. So this layer here is the layer of the succubus first, the first succubus, that is like the lady Nocticula. She seduces other demon lords and kill them and get their carcasses, and the carcasses become islands of her domain that is called Midnight Isles. This is Golarian lore that I'm like today it's equal, like as much. That's brutal, yeah. It's as much developed as Fire, I can tell, because they created these mythic paths. I have many here to show. I stopped gathering For example, in my folder here, I have Pathfinder RPG. There's the stuff, adventure paths. You can see many here. King Mayor's 2018, they make about this one here. And you can see the Wrath of the Righteous right here. You have, for example, the Midnight Isles maps here. They keep creating, man. And since they keep creating these adventure modules, they keep advancing the lore of Golarion. So look, this is the Midnight Isles, right? And this is the Alushinyrra. Midnight Isles is the name of the domain, and each of these isles is a demon lord's carcass. That's the Nocticular lady, the best succubus seduced and killed. And in one of these islands, isles, there's the city of the succubus that is like a, I don't know, interplanar commercial city that she lives there, and she prohibits like the extreme violence and chaos of the abyss, and for that she arranges an arena that's just makes them just I don't know, exert their, or just what I freaking forgot the word. Yeah, there's the catharsis of the emotions in the arenas. The demons don't just destroy everything and kill all the visitors, so the city can thrive in commerce and I don't know, tourism. She likes visitors. So this is the adventure path, you can see, and this is the city. If I can zoom him in, there's some quality here, and you can see the city here, and there's the Midnight Isles, right? This is the book. It's all described here in the book, but I'm going to go back to the game. I'm going to find one of the places that I'm trying to find now for some time, because I stopped it yesterday. I was very tired. I streamed for like 14 hours. Let me see if I can find. Oh, the Nexus. Yes. No. I have to enter this tavern. I have to enter the tavern. So there's a complex systems of teleportations that they explain inside the game. And you can go back to the Nexus through here. Okay, there's the device. Now take a look at this. Oh, this is beautiful, brother. So, okay, after there's the map of the Wood Wound, and you decide to take the incursion to the Abyss, there's this new interface here. So this interface is fucking beautiful. So far I have explored the Nexus, and this is my first playthrough. I haven't spoiled myself watching the beta. And this is just amazing, man. Look at the fucking city that you just showed during the books there. And, okay, there's the bottom list. That's the arena. I am in the slums of the city. And this is the lava that comes from the higher places that drowns, that goes to the infinite sea here in this layer. And the Nexus is the first dead demon lord that we step on when we arrive in it. So let me show you. Dude, it's fucking amazing. I just... Look, this is a cave. There's the skull here. You can see a skull here already. So I press M here. You can see the bones, right? These are the bones of the dead god, or the dead demon lord that she killed and made it another island. This carcass. It's fucking amazing. I had to come back here anyways because I saved a child from a demon. And I don't know what it is. Let me see. There's a child. It's an angel that came with us in the incursion. There's just you. What's this? Alushinyrra. Okay, I come back. I can't go back. It's very, yes, it's so cool. So I'm very, I don't know what's going on here. I haven't spoiled myself. I'm going to wikias. I haven't read the adventure path. I just peeked at the maps. I knew that if I was going to read it, I would spoil myself all the game also. And I have been reading all the lore. I hope that you like it, but I like it. And since I'm going to be reading it, which I always do, and I'm streaming it, so I read it loudly with my voice. So this is the dragon that it appears to us when I took the Azata mythical path. When I was a little, I mean even littler than I am now, I got really upset because I didn't have a hair tuft on my tail. Now I realized that head tufts are for babies. A tail that is truly awesome has got to have a rattle. I've grown up a bit. Oh yeah, I grew up. Yeah, so this dragon will evolve as our myth paths evolve too. Yep, the dragon looks incredibly proud of herself. Dragons usually grow as they get older, but I grow as your power increases. So don't be fooled, remember, I'm still a kid, a huge scaled flying kid with planar magic at her disposal. So if you don't know, the mythic paths, I can even level the other guys here. There's the level, okay, that's common for every RPG of high fantasy, like Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. But the mythic path is something that has no... there's a bar here, but this doesn't mean anything, story-wise. So the mythic paths, they evolve without experience points. They evolve when or the players decide to do something awesome by themselves, or the dungeon master himself makes it a quest so that players choose to take or not. I dungeon master, I game master, I don't know what to say. I game master in a very sandboxy way. That's it's a lot of work. Sometimes it feels like work, but I can't dungeon master in any other way. So it's always an option, right? So if the players go over and do the incredible thing, so they gain mythic rank 1. But normally it's something that is or very difficult or very worksome, that is hard to get these ranks, and they go until 10. So they are parallel to the levels of experience that you get from actual experience of challenge ratings of the game. I'm not versed in 5th E, but I'm pretty sure it's very similar. So it's different. So in the game, they implement this in a way that as the story unfolds, you get more mythic levels. You get more mythic paths. Okay, he evolved. Let me take a look. Do him. His breath weapon is now... I don't know, it doesn't show. Because his breath weapon is sonic damage, it was 6d10. Now I don't know, it's 8d10? I don't know, but he's bigger. And he's cooler. He's a little dragon. Okay, let me talk to him. Here, far from the eyes of strangers, I can assume my true form. But in Alushinyrra, I will remain hidden. It seems this sorrowful and unsettling place will be what we call home, at least for a time. Minago warned me about the danger that the closed portals pose. Before we move on, we need to take care of that. I'm not well versed in such matters, but perhaps we should set a trap for the demons near the dormant gates, in case they attempt to activate those portals again. What is our next step? In Alushinyrra, there's no one as powerful as Shamira, the right hand of Nauticula herself. It is she who rules the city while her inscrutable mistress is away. Sad as it is for me to admit, we must try to gain her favor if we want Alushinyrra to take us serious. Well, how well known am I among the denizens of Alushinyrra? Because I have participated in two arena fights already. Because I have to participate in arena fights, to get into a place, to get to another place, to go to the palace, to talk to Nauticula, to betray the demon lord that is invading the invasion, that's invading the material plane, so that we can go back from the abyss and close this problem after all. That's the big picture plan. How well known am I among the denizens of Alushinyrra? Many know that a Golarion has arrived in Alushinyrra and that he possesses some special powers and talents. So I've been seeing some typos in this, but I understand it's a very big game, it's enormous. But is this a Gentilic? A Golarion? Okay. Tell me honestly, what do you think of the one you call... So mythic levels are story-driven, yes. Story-driven. Normally they are conducted mostly by the game master, but if your players are very proactive, you should reward them with that. If you have played, I don't know your age, but if you have played Dungeons and Dragons in the AD&D times, they had rules for creating magic items that were very fantastic. So those rules back there of AD&D were basically the same rules for D&D 3.5 to create artifacts, to which stand as for now in Pathfinder and probably in D&D 2, D&D 52. So back in AD&D, you had to get like the whisper of the 8 legs of a spider and the last breath of a dying angel in hell to create from the feathers of a special basilisk the hilt of a sword. Okay, something very fantastic and you could create a magic item in AD&D. And in 3.5, this became the method of creating artifacts because now we had feats for that. And also in Pathfinder, there's no way, like in the rules, to create artifacts, but basically, if the players are as proactive as to seek these special things, you should reward them with mythic progression or mythic levels. And that's my take on the whole Mythic Adventures book and explanations and interpretations, right? So if you, I don't know, seek the god, the leftover energy of the god, what was the name of the god of the created coat? I forgot. Oh, it was on the tip of my tongue. I forgot that he created not the coat, he created the city, the circular city of. Okay, yeah. So you should reward them with like one of the mythic levels or the aspiration of finishing a quest line that will give you a mythic level 1 because it's really strong. It adds to you adds to many things. And this is a Pathfinder thing because they didn't want to implement like epic levels like Wizards of the Coast did, which I also am applying to my adventure, to my players, because the community created one that is this guy's here. What's the name? I'm going to get the name right now. I found Epic Level Handbook, introduction. There's the name of the guy here. Okay, 97, where he explains, okay? Famous private collectible. He explains everything. He puts his name somewhere around. Yeah, Jack Jones. He created the first one, and then the community started to edit and give suggestions. So he and the community started to create until this definitive version that is the 1.6. So this here is the Epic Level Handbook for Pathfinder First Edition players. It's very interesting. It's basically the same as the Epic Level Handbook that we had in 3.0 and 3.5, but makes much more sense, and there's more room for better designed house rules for that. So I apply both to my campaign. Tell me honest, what do you think of the one you call the Champion of Golarion? I would be lying if I told you that I don't observe you with some trepidation. Sometimes I wonder what will happen if you falter. For power and responsibility represent the most difficult trial of all, and many righteous souls have failed to pass it. I have a question about our mission. Then ask away. You must have a lot of questions. What can you tell me about the abyss and demons in general? Demons. The hand of the inheritor speaks slowly and heavily. Oh, the hand, no, the name of the guy is Hand of the Inheritor. As if trying to break through some inner resistance. They are the youngest race of the Outer Planes and the widest in origin. Once entirely different creatures used to rule the abyss. Those were both the embodiments of chaos. They were much less human-like. But then one entity conjured up the idea that primordial chaos could be mixed with an evil mortal soul, and that is how the first demon was created. No one remembers the name of the creator now, but the creations still live and prosper. They overthrew the Qlipoth and became the essence, the soul of the abyss. And I honestly cannot say which was worse, before humanity was added to it or now. What do you know about Alushinyrra? Chaos has many faces. When chaos decided to manifest itself in the form of a city, Alushinyrra was born. There are places in the abyss that are darker, bloodier, more dangerous and deceiving, but I cannot imagine a place whose significance would eclipse that of Alushinyrra. When Oticula built the city, she employed everything of the essence that ever existed in the abyss. Demons of all kinds from every corner of this gloomy plane live there, and what is more, the Lady in Shadow opened the city's gates to visitors from other planes, and strangers swarmed the city. Drink water. Merchants and travelers, mercenaries and explorers, mages and bards, creatures from all planes, those daring enough to visit the abyss, chose Alushinyrra as their destination. The city is divided by two sets of walls, between which lie the quarters open to outsiders. One set of walls protects Nauticula's guests from the rabble and the poor, who are desperate enough to violate their ruler's orders for a chance to get a coin or two. The other set of walls protects outsiders from the city's nobility who can flout Nauticula's recommendations without any reason at all, merely on a whim. But do not think that there is a single place in Alushinyrra that is safe, for dangers lurk For danger lurks around every corner there. Tell me about Nauticola. The Lady in Shadow, the first of the Succubi king, and likely the most dangerous demon to have ever been spawned by the Abyss. I cannot tell you much about her, for the cunningly hides in the shadows, eluding the daggers of her foes and the schemes of her rivals. All I know is that she gained power after she overthrew Viravazus, who was the Lord of Shadow Demons. She took his power, his realm, and his subjects, and that merely whetted her appetite. Many demon lords have perished since then, cut down by her treacherous and sudden strikes. With each fallen enemy, her power grew stronger, her glory greater. I cannot tell which of her weapons is more dangerous. Her unerring strikes, her seductive charms, her unbridled courage, or her astounding stealth. You must beware of all these dangers. I'd like to know more about Shamira. Shamira the Ardent Dream, this name once rang with purity and glory, but today it is tarnished with shame and treachery. Born in the upper planes, she was granted the high honor of kindling the flame of dreams immortals, to fan it and protect it from frigid chills of sorrow and cynicism. Shamira performed her duties faithfully until she made one single mistake. I will spare the details, but all I will say is that the grandeur of the dream she fostered was equal only to the bloody price of its realization. It was a majestic but somber dream, and Shamira had let it come true. Then she fled. Either cowardice or certainty of her rectitude kept her from standing in front of her superiors and answering for her actions. She hid in the abyss, where Nauticola the Lady in Shadow embraced her ardent light and darkened it with her blackness. A few centuries passed and we heard her name again. Now she was called the Mistress of Alushinyrra, Nauticola's loyal companion and favorite. That is how we knew for certain that we were right on that fateful day when we condemned Shamira. Our only regret is that we failed to foresee her fall. What is so dangerous about Shamira? She is the worst of all Baphomet's offsprings. She gained this grim title in the bloody conflict with her own brothers and sisters, and she brutally wiped out everyone who stood in her way. She did not even show mercy for her own mother and doomed her to a cruel execution. As a reward for her ignorance and loyalty, Baphomet granted her use of his most cherished tool, the Temples of the Ivory Labyrinth. However, now an even greater threat has arisen under Hebzamira's rule. Unusually powerful demons, the source of whose strength is unknown and most dangerous to us. The Crusaders have encountered such demons only a scant few times, but should an entire army of such fiends appear, Dresden would fall, Nerosium would fall, then all of Avistan would fall, and even Galarium would not stand a chance against them. Putting an end to Hebzamira's machinations, that is our mission. I see you've blessed the rocks of this cavern. Indeed I have. If even on Galarium the Abyss's harmful influence can unsettle mortals and disturb their rest, what then can be said of the Abyss itself, the very heart of pain and sin? But worry not, champion. By the power granted to me by Yom Amade, I have consecrated these dark caves. You can find respite here and recover strength should the need arise. Everything's clear to me now. Our mission is extremely important, so I'm loath to withhold any information that may help you. I'd like to ask you a personal question. There shouldn't be any secrets between us, champion. The very instant that Queen Galfrey sent you to this dark place, I swore to myself that I would do everything within my power to ease your burden. Why did you follow me to the abyss? Because my duty and my honor demanded that I do so. You were facing a great mission and a colossal challenge, while those remaining behind merely had the honor of protecting what you had already deliberated from demon hordes. My heart told me that my help would be needed more here. How does it feel for you to be in a place like this? This is not my first foray into the abyss, though it is the first time I have come here to watch and talk rather than do battle. On more than one occasion, I and other warriors of heaven have descended to this evil and corrupted place to bring retribution to the vile and grant salvation to their victims. For better or worse, heaven and the abyss cannot engage in open war, though I can recall some moments when we seemed to teeter on the precipice of just that. All we can permit ourselves are raids and skirmishes along the border. Is ultimate victory over the demons even possible? It is, but it's not the kind of victory you dream of. The hand of the inheritor remains silent for a while before speaking in a heavy, hollow voice. The abyss lives while evil lives in the hearts of mortals. Demons don't just appear from nothing. Most of them originate from the souls of people who committed themselves to evil while still living. That's why the war with the abyss, should it ever start, may be never ending. The place of each fallen demon will be immediately taken by a new one. That's why our only true chance to secure ultimate victory will emerge only after we exterminate all evil in the world. We must achieve a situation where not a single soul would voluntarily resort to evil deeds. Mortals themselves, by their own free will, turn to light all at once. But no one in the universe knows how to achieve that, and many who have tried end up as tyrants and false prophets. May heaven guard me against such a fall. What are your thoughts on Godfrey's latest order? Iomede has never striven to rule over mortals. She has only guided and helped them. So I should follow her example, never try to interfere with your way of life or question it. What I will say is that I am as certain of the necessity of your mission as I am the sharpness of my blade. What surprised me and, truth be told, unsettled me, too, is the cruelty with which my noble sister-in-arms Godfrey dispatched you here. The Queen has every right to give orders to her commander, but a right without righteousness is worth little. Is there anything you can help me with? Really? I will follow you everywhere, remaining invisible so our enemies will have not the slightest suspicion of my presence. When you need advice, I will give it to you, and when you are stricken by disease, I will come to your aid and dispel it. No matter how long you may have to travel through the abyss, you can always be sure that I am near and heaven has not forsaken you. How do you hide yourself from the demons? This magic spell turns me into an invisible spirit, hidden from the eyes of everyone who was born in the abyss and whose heart has been blackened by evil. Those who hail from other planes are capable of seeing me if they use magical sight of some kind, as well as those few whose woeful fate was to be born and raised here while carrying light and purity in their souls, like the boy that we rescued. But my protection from demons is very effective and will work until I myself decide to appear in my true form to join the battle or help someone in need. I have no more questions. Sincerity between the two of us is very important. I want you to stop offering me advice. Can you heal me? Let the flow of light that pours upon you cleanse your soul of all the memories of filth and blood that the abyss so generously shares with you. Oh, okay, he healed me. But what about the ability damage, the negative levels? Is this healed too? Let me see. No, it did. Fuck. Alright. So this is like the city of this place. This is like the refugee place. Oh, there's the, oh no, there's the portal. So if you're still there, this the group that I chose has 6 members, and the rest also levels as I level, and the mythic progress advances as I advance mine. So in the case of me needing to use the others, I keep leveling them, right? So I'm going to choose another mythic ability to the Slayer here. This 6 is a big party. Yeah, it's a big party. And there's more. There's many more. You can see here. We find... So far, I've found 12 companions, which makes us 13. But another friend of mine that is playing the game as well, I've not spoiled myself, so I don't know. He's playing Lich. He says that you can have another companion, that you can raise a woman there. She is a companion. So I think it's 13 companions, which makes it 14. And there's 2 pets, so it's 16. But you only control the pets, but and the group appears just you and 5. So it's right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. I killed one of my companions because I am interpreting myself here. I consider myself chaotic good, so I'm interpreting myself here. I have libertarian political views that go like lawfully if it's correct and just, and completely outlaw if something is unjust and lawful. So, and good. So I'm trying to interpret myself here. So my first character is chaotic good. and I'm following all of it. You can see here there is a wheel. This is amazing, man. This game is so well implemented. You can see. Do you see here a circle and some other smaller circles? It's that every time that there's an option, especially in the chat options, that says good, evil, chaotic, and you choose that option, this wheel moves to the correct side. So you can see that to the left is lawful, to the right is chaos, up is good, down is evil. So every time that you act, this little ball moves. So I'm maintaining myself more good than chaotic, but I am inside the chaotic good spectrum here. But if you choose a god or alignment in the beginning of the game and you keep acting evil and I don't know differently, you are going to change alignment. This is amazing. Yes, it is. There is a way. Pathfinder has a little gradation too, right? Pathfinder says that you can warn the player that there's 3 gradations and everybody is in the middle of the gradation. So if you are chaotic and you start acting lawfully, you are going to go from the middle to the first gradation. And if you keep doing that, you are going from chaotic to neutral. Now there's 3 gradations of neutral. In the third, and then you go from third, second, first, until you become lawful in the third, and then da, da, da. So that's the way of Pathfinder, and you warn the player what's happening. And none of my players has one has gone from one has gone from lawful neutral to lawful evil. Was 1.5 years ago. Yeah, I remember now. He got like the player got so mad with the game and the devils that he started to act evil. So his character, his mage, became from lawful nature to lawful evil. But this here is so good, man. I don't know what I'm showing you this because there's option here. So I don't want this. I have to go. Okay. You face great challenges in this cursed place. Stay strong and remember. Okay. Now let me level the Slayer here. So, like I said, there is mythic powers in the game, the paper, and pencil game, and these mythic powers and mythic feats, many were implemented here, many were removed, and many were created because this is a video game. For example, one of my players that 1 year ago was playing with a mythic guardian, he had a mythic tracker that if you have any part of or piece of cloth or wear from your victim or target, you can track him in the plane. So you not only you can know the exact direction that he is towards you, but you also know where to go to track him instinctively. You cannot implement this in a video game. You can, but it's I don't know. It's a game what 30 years from now, so they can't put that there. But you can put more combat oriented, more spell oriented things, right? So that's what this is. This screen here that I'm leveling my companion here to the 5th level of the mythic power is the way they video gameized the mythic powers. So right now I have bypass epic damage reduction, rupture restraints that 3 times per day you automatically dispel any effects that make you frightened, dazed, sickened, shaking, staggered, nauseated, stunned, paralyzed, or confused. 3 times per day automatically. This is a mythic feat that is a little better than the normal feat, but you know that little better, you become a very powerful card. Defensive study, you found a way to use your perception and knowledge to better defend yourself. You study target because it's an ability of this layer. You spend a swift action to study your target and you gain bonuses towards him. So your study target ability gives you a bonus to AC against the target of your study target's ability equal to the bonus of this ability gives you to attack rolls. So the study target now, instead of just giving attack rolls bonus, it's now also to the armor class. Flawless attacks. So instead of diminishing by 5 every extra attack, it's by 4. I'm going to get one mythic ability right now. I think I'm going to go with the Unstoppable. It's very good. At any time you would become paralyzed, you become staggered instead. If you would become nauseated, you become sickened. And if you become shaking instead of frightened. It's very good because people have to be standing up so that I can use Breath of Life on them. Oh, let me keep leveling. I'm not using this that I'm leveling right now. I'm not using, or because I didn't like, or because I prefer others. So, but I level them and keep them leveled, because if I need to use because of a companion quest, I need to use them because of a companion quest, because one of my companions vanished or was kidnapped by an event of the game. So I go and use these. So I keep them leveled. So this here is cast more spells, okay? Up to third level, 6th level, circle, and 9th circle here. So I cast much more spells. Alright, I'm even going to implement these spells right now. So, 6th, 7th. I'm going to put more distractions here. One more resurrection. 8th. Oh wait, I don't have access to 8th yet. Now she's going to have the same. Greater improved ability she still doesn't have, because I paid with her boundless healing. That is just a rich spell feat all the time, and the healing spell is not being bound by limits of level. And toughness mythic, that gives you additional hit points and additional damage reduction when you are below 0 hit points. That's why she's still in the improved. She's just extra spells into the 6th circle. Now my rogue, that is an eldritch something, I forgot. He has rupture restraints to... Oh yeah, he's going to have the same of the other one. Unsolvable. This is so strong. Now this is the evil fighter that we find. Okay, I paid everything damage-wise. I'm going to pay the rupture restraints to her. Now this is the Zen Archer Monk. I also paid everything damage-wise. I'm going to go rupture restraint. Okay, everybody's fine now. Oh, and if you come here, you can see the city. They even creates the little city as a background. Dude, I fucking love this game, this company. They are so cool. Look at the fucking city. This is so cool, man. They create this. Not only the graphics are good, the interface is good, but the text in the lore is so good too, that I have been streaming for these many hours and been sitting down in this chair here. The immersion is found. I feel like I'm in the game. Look at this. I'm looking at the city here. I'm looking at the Midnight Isles. I'm looking at Alushinyrra. And oh god, so cool. This is so cool. Okay. Now I'm trying to romance this girl here, Rochelle. She's a succubus that's trying to get redemption. Okay, now I'm going to even drink some more. Rochelle seems confused. Something is wrong. I feel like I've lost something or not. It was Desna who lost me when we descended to the abyss. She had been my invisible protection through all those years, and now I no longer feel the divine helping hand on my shoulder. What is this gift you mentioned? You saw it yourself many times. Whenever something threatened my life, the goddess sent her divine butterflies to carry me away. Her powers no longer protect me now that I'm back in the abyss. Desna has abandoned you? No, I desperately hope that's not the case. The goddess still wishes me well, I'm sure. It's just that the abyss is so far from Elysium that she either can't see me or can't reach me here. She protected me while I was on Valerian, but now I can only rely on myself. And you? Can you still enter your dream realm? Maybe, I think so. Ursula pauses, listening to something deep inside her, and then smiles shyly. Yes, my dreams are still here. Nobody would take them away from me. I see. Try to put yourself in harm's way anymore, then. You have nothing to fear with me at your side. I know. Thank you. Okay. And these are the options that I have already pressed. I don't want to press this option because this option will break the romance. This option will remove her from my group, so this will not be clicked. Lan, what are you doing here, Lan? Okay, nothing new.
I lead.
Let's talk to the
You
other lady.
follow.
Nenio, she's a kitsune. It's time for the experiment. I hope these words inspire as much enthusiasm in you as they do in me. What's this experiment about? You see, I've decided, though dared would be a better term, to address an issue, which up to now I have preferred to avoid due to my total ignorance in this sphere. Nenio lowers her head in embarrassment. I realized how to believe that I, a person of, let's keep the false modesty, superior intellect, could not know something so simple. But it's never too late to fill in the gaps in one's knowledge, right? I'm talking about friendship. To be honest, at first I planned to assign the writing of this article for the encyclopedia to a co-author or some kind. But then I met you, my loyal follower, and suddenly I thought I could write it myself. Nenio seems to have reached the limit of her courage, and she looks away. So you've never had any friends? I see no sense in them. Hold on, so you're trying to say that you consider me your friend? You misunderstand me. I don't need friends. I have no desire to spend my time on them when I could spend it on my own new experiments and discoveries. Nenio explains this to you as though she is speaking to a 5-year-old. I just want to learn what it is like to have friends for the encyclopedia, nothing more. I realized that you would like to consider me your friend. Who wouldn't? I'm a scientific luminary after all, so I do apologize for disappointing you. Well, if it needs to be done, we'll do it. Let's get started. I'm glad you've agreed. Many would have considered my request too personal and refused. It's good that you're above such squeamish sentiment. Here, I've made a list. I based it on my observations of individuals around me and on my personal knowledge of the topic, which, I have to admit, is far from comprehensive. She hands you a crumpled piece of paper. How to be a friend, a checklist. Friends. Smile at each other, gossip about their other friends, drink alcohol together, no longer required. Sometimes argue, sometimes copulate. What? Study it well. We'll start as soon as you're ready. Read the list. Point number 1. Friends smile at each other. You raise your eyes to Nenio, who has already fixed a malevolent grin on her face. The kind that would make you soil yourself if you saw it in the dark of night. Respond with a brief smile. Keeping the unnatural grin on her face, Nenio hisses through her clenched teeth. You call that a smile? Come on, try again. Give her a wide smile. Let's go. Your eyes bore in Nenio's, and she stares right back at you, both grin invitingly as possible. A minute passes in tense silence. She massages her cheeks with her hands. I never imagined being a friend was such an exhausting business. So what's next on the list? Read the list. Point number 2. Friends gossip about their other friends. Oh, I've made some preparations for that. She produced several pieces of paper from her sleeve. Come on, let's get to it. What are you going to gossip about? Arusha Lee. Excellent choice. So what do you think of her? I love her. Oh, how interesting. Incidentally, yesterday I saw her. Then he picks up a random piece of paper and reads it. Answering the call of nature around the corner. Do you call... Do you have any idea who we're even talking about? Nenio becomes a little embarrassed, but only a little. No, I don't make a point of remembering those I travel with. That's why I prepared these universally applicable pieces of gossip. She raises her fist with several pieces of paper clenching. That doesn't sound like her at all. Really? Excuse me, I'll try again. Yesterday I saw her. Nenio picks up another random piece of paper and reads it. Drinking from a puddle. This is ridiculous. I fully agree. This all seems like sheer stupidity to me, too. But how can we learn that stupidity is stupid without doing stupid things? We need to see the experiment through. Okay. She gives you a satisfied nod and stows her papers back in her sleeve. Alright, stage 2 is now complete. What's next on the list? Okay, we are going to get to the copulate, man. Dude, fucking hell. I want to have romance with Arusha Lady, the succubus. But I want to see until how far I can get to the. I didn't even think that. I think you can't romance her. I think she's going to be weirded out and she's going to leave. Read the list. Point number 3. Friends drink alcohol together, and then it says no longer required. Alright, I should cross out this point. I wrote this and then I checked the encyclopedia and recalled that I've already conducted that experiment. And judging by the same encyclopedia, and especially by an odd stain on that particular page, I would be unwise, to say the least, to try and repeat it. Read the list. Point number 4. Friends sometimes argue. A new heap of papers appears in Nenio's hands. You are uninterested and disinterested in this experiment, and you can even tell the difference between those two words. Number 3. You can kiss my ass. Not too creative, but it will do. Now we can definitely be considered friends. And on that note, I conclude the 4th part of the experiments. What's last on the list? Point number 5. Friends sometimes copulate. Oh yes, that. Nenio sighed. Take off your underwear. Oh. So, okay, since I felt like saying, what? Do I go? Okay, bravely put down your underwear. Alright, well. She produces a piece of paper from her sleeve and starts frantically covering it with drawings. What are you doing? Wait, pull your in the back. You know, not all friends have to have sex with each other. Wait, okay, I'm going to wait. Nenio is so engrossed in her task, she accidentally bites her tongue. It appears your copulation won't be happening today. I think she's drawing me. Keep standing there with your underwear down. Keep waiting and hoping, though it is obvious that there will be no copulation today. Nenio is so absorbed in her work that the world around her, including you, seems to have ceased to exist for her. I knew she was going to be weirded out. What? Oh, it's you. Our friend Mensch experience has taken an unexpected turn. Oh yes, copulation. Rest assured, my sketch I made was mostly tailored in more than one generation of students who studied. Unfortunately, I don't remember your name, or else I would definitely credit you as the model. Alas. As for the original topic of the research, which was friendship, this thoroughly awkward experiment is finally concluded. I've learned what it means to be a friend, and now I can write an article about it for the encyclopedia. Nenio rubs her nose with a pencil. I'm happy that it's over. I'm once again convinced that friendship is the most foolish of all occupations. You did it all wrong. Friendship is more than just smiling, gossiping, bickering, and sex. Is it? We've concluded all the assigned actions typical for two friends, of course. I could have compiled an extended list, which would have included joint food ingestion and senseless banter with the aim of showing each other in the least attractive light. But how would that change the situation? Do you know what I will write in the encyclopedia? Friendship is a set of primitive rituals intended to help individuals forget about their loneliness. However, I have no interest in that. I see my loneliness as a sign of my uniqueness. The one who leads the way is always alone. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. Okay, I knew she was going to be weirded out.
Onwards.
Let me save the game. Let me say we grafted Malone because I fucking grafted myself with some abyssal demon parts. That is right here. Demon graft. And I have grafted her too. Oh, you have negative levels? What the fuck? Nenio has demon graft as well. So she has more DC of... okay, no conversation here. Conversation here. What else? What else? Do I have new things? The caves? New... Is the guy here? Oh yeah, more people here. Let's go. Grey boar. Nothing new. Ogif. Nothing new. Oh, I can buy some stuff from here. Or actually sell some stuff too. What's this? +2, no. Stuff +2. I want this. Short bow, never keeping this. Full plate plus 2. Good. No, I'm keeping one in case I find another companion. I have no idea if I'm going to find another companion. But I'm definitely keeping one. Oh yeah, I'm keeping those. So this I can sell this. Alright. Alright. Now it doesn't have anything that interests me. Let's continue.
Move out.
Do I have to go down again? I don't think so. Sila. I will learn the way of my sword. I will have faith in the inheritor. I am the first into battle and the last to leave. Her eyes half closed, Scylla whispers the words of the oath of Almeda's paladins. Trailing off, she opens her eyes and sighs. How did you end up here? Never would have imagined I'd find myself in the abyss. Or are you holding up? Good, let's choose the good option. We've overcome everything we've faced so far. We got through this as well. That's right. Thank you. So there's a pen, sound, and a message. You've performed a good action, right? That's right. Thank you, Malon. I've always had faith in us. And I will keep having faith, but sometimes a girl needs a few words of encouragement. How are you? Ellen's wedding things didn't exactly go as planned. It doesn't matter now how I am. I can't stop thinking about everyone who suffered. Clever Scylla, the paladin companion of the gods' chosen one, didn't even notice a demon conspiracy right under her nose. I'm going to officially change my name to Scylla the Dimwit. That's how I'll introduce myself to everyone I meet, so that they know. They can't count on me. Scylla chuckles grimly, then adds, in a softer, more serious tone, if we're too late to save the souls of all these victims, I will never forgive myself. So, okay, that'll work. You know what else I keep thinking about? What happened to Curl? Did he really want to steal the ring? Did he just get what was coming to him? Or was it the fault of the demon who possessed his body? So many questions, so much grief, as if a whole world wound and 2 demon lords out there just waiting to hurt us wasn't enough. Okay, number 3 now. Okay. Amber. This girl is like a saint. She preaches to everybody, even to demons. Let me check something. Give me a second. Okay, just checking my WhatsApp. Because I still have work. So she preaches, saying I found her in Alushinyrra, the city, preaching to fucking demons. You really think the demons will listen to you? They listened to me, didn't they? I told them what I wanted to say. They might have forgotten you right away, but what if they didn't? What do you want to discuss if not Ticola? I don't know, I just want to see her with my own eyes. Really, then I will know what to say. She wants to preach to a demon lord. Exactly that. Oh, that's my personal chest. Now finally I can put away some... Oh, okay, no. Baron. Baron looks rather distracted and he is staring into space as though he's listening to something deep inside himself. Finally he notices you and his lips quirk into a nervous smile. So many people have cursed me and told me I'll end up in the abyss when I die. I suppose I've rather deftly subverted their expectations by getting here while I'm still alive. You don't like it here, do you? Can't you see that I'm afraid, more afraid than I've ever been in my entire life? Everyone asks in a grim voice, and believe me, no stranger to paralyzing fear. We are in the most atrocious and macabre place imaginable. Moreover, we are practically surrounded by demons, curse them all. Vile, rotten creatures who can experience something approaching joy only when torturing mortals. You can't even imagine how glad I am to find myself in their domain. Treat this as another adventure. In my world, an adventure is getting totally smashed with a couple of apprentice mages who've just got the hang of basic teleportation spells, and waking up several thousand miles away next to someone you've never clapped eyes on before. Someone who might turn out to be a Varisian saber swallower or a dragon in human form, but this Well, fine. Find me at least one beautiful saber swallower around here, and I shall magnanimously agree to call it an adventure. Darren smiles again, either recalling something good from his past or enjoying his own joke. Okay, I should go. Goodbye. Now, Soziel. Soziel's drawing something, but when he notices you, he hurriedly folds over the paper. Don't tell me you've managed to find some beauty in the abyss. No! Cringing a little, Soziel shows you a few sheets of crossed-out sketches, but you can still recognize the vistas of Alushinyrra in them. Tried, but I can't. Not here. May the goddess forgive me, but it's beyond my powers. Struggling for inspiration? The priest shakes his head. My drawing is just not flowing the way it normally does. This place doesn't inspire creativity. I need to talk to you? Of course, how can I help? Now you know your brother used to be a Hell Knight. What do you think about that? I've always despised these people. When my brother left the path of service to the goddess, he made a place for himself among them. And he did a lot of good, it seems. I don't know what to think. Perhaps I shouldn't have to put Trevor on a pedestal. Perhaps I shouldn't have treated those knights so poorly. You see, I was quite fervent in my beliefs as a boy, and I thought the teachings of the goddess had already revealed to me all the truths I should know. Now I realize I didn't know a thing about the world around me or about myself. Perhaps this war will chew me up the same way it did Trevor, or perhaps this example will keep me from breaking. Thank you for talking to me. It's a pleasure. Okay.
I lead, you follow.
This is the guy that I saved. Everyone is so strange here. No one wants anything from me. It's great. This is the boy that I saved. The guy that was about to be put to another slavery task. The boy you saved from his wicked mother gives you a look that is both sad and mature beyond his years. Okay, I've talked to him already. I have to go.
Onwards.
So probably there will be some quest development for him. Okay, there's nothing here. I should rest. I should definitely rest. Because I do I need to rest right now? I don't know. I'm not resting. Yeah, let me fucking rest. Yeah, I haven't rested, so let's rest. So while resting, you can right in the road wound, you use protective rituals to don't get a lot of abyssal corruption that causes problems to you. Camouflage and night watch, these are normal. Right? Alchemy, you can cook, right? And the recipes give you a little bonus. And you can create potions if you put the correct character here. Because I picked some feats of creating potions. And here you can create scrolls, right? Scrolls. But I don't want right now. I've created so many scrolls. I'm spending a lot of materials to create these scrolls, and I'm not needing them right now. So I'm refraining from creating scrolls. So right now I'm just putting her to cook because she has 25 knowledge world, and I want one temporary point per level for a day. Okay, good. That's it. Let's go.
You know, you're not that bad for a paladin. Not as much of a self-righteous bore as the others.
You're also not as much of a jerk as I thought. For an arrogant, immature, self-absorbed man-child, of course.
So every time that you rest, your companions interact with each other. And in cutscenes too. So there's one more layer of creativity that the creators made. Oh, let's go. Cutscene. Listen, the clerk speaks quietly yet with unusual resolve. I found out that there is a slave trader at the local market. A demon in a black mask. I might be grasping at straws here, but what if he's the same demon that kidnapped Trevor? Let's go there and ask him some questions. A demon in a black mask? What are you talking about? Do you remember the soldiers who fought for the Hell Knights? They told me that a demon in a black mask was the one who took Trevor. They thought the monster just killed him, but we know there's a slave trade here. What if the big demon brought my brother down here to sell him? What are you going to do? Yes, it's a similar mechanic. Hey, Zensky Donkey. Thank you for following. So it is a similar mechanic of D&D. They made an excellent job of transforming the role-playing game in a video game, man. Seriously. Seriously. I don't know. Right now, I only have this unreliable lead and lots of unreasonable high hopes. If this demon really is the one I'm looking for, if he still remembers who bought Trevor, if Trevor is still alive, let's start with a simple conversation. Listen to what the demon has to say, then decide what to do next. Are you sure you still want to find Trevor? You may not like what you discover. Sojiro looks down. I've long accepted that whatever happened to Trevor couldn't have been good. I still want to know his fate. If he's in prison, I will set him free. If he's dead, I will at least be able to pray for his soul's peaceful rest. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. So this guy's the brother. This guy's brother is like a saint. This is better than Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is not out yet. And it's in the same genre, but not the same subgenre, in my opinion. Because Baldur's Gate 3, you have a first-person experience many times. And you can have a first-person experience with the companions. Here, you only control yourself when you are like in the city or areas that are non-hostile, and you interact as yourself most of the time. In Baldur's Gate 3, there's more versatility to this. You can interact with the NPCs as one of the companions, and the combat is the system is based on 5th edition. And this game here, that is from Owlcat Company, is a Russian company, Owlcat Games, is based on Pathfinder 1st edition. So, in my opinion, this game is the real spiritual successor of Baldur's Gate 2. And Baldur's Gate 3, Divinity Origin Sins, they are excellent games, but they started another thing that is still in the genre, the broad genre of role-playing video game, but they are a little different from this area of view, kind of impersonal, focused mostly on lore. Many people play this game focusing on combat, but I am a GM, so I'm really reading everything, so you really get a lot of lore in this game, much more than I got in Baldur's Gate 3, for example, the first act that I played. So I think the games are a different thing. They're not comparable. I think they are excellent in their own ways. I will be playing Baldur's Gate 3 as soon as it's out. You can see it. I have it here. I bought it. The moment that it was out, I bought it. I played and I uninstalled after I played like, what, 80 hours or something? 90 hours? It's excellent. I'm going to try to romance this Char cleric here. She's amazing. I really like her and her answers. She's exactly the passive-aggressive girl that I look for in my life. I don't know if I'm hurting myself. So, okay. I finished talking to everybody here in the ruins. I rested. I'm going to save the game. And then I'm going to continue. So, yeah, keep looking. Here in the save, you can see that you control 6 characters from a plethora of characters. There's like 14 in total. And you can choose which companions you can want. You put each of them has a story and there's influence. They have their own voices, but you can also choose to create one, just like you create your character. You pay a little fee to an NPC, the same NPC that lets you retrain 3 times for free, then pay, lets you hire a companion of your choice that you create just like you create your character. This companion has no story, has no interaction or nothing, so I don't advise people do that. That is basically for combos, or if you really like to put all your flavor to the game. But the developers, they spent thousands of hours creating an excellent game that have so many branching outs, so that you choose the companions, man. Go with the companions. Right now, let me go to the city again. Okay, right, you see there's, every time that you get out from the city, any city, you are prompted with this screen here that makes you can choose which companions come and go, right? So right now, my companions are these guys here. This is a paladin. She's a paladin, basically that. I am a fighter. I'm focusing in bow. This is a scroll scribe, a scroll savant. There's a mage that focuses a little bit on scrolls and lore skills. This is he's not in my group. It's Ursula. So this here is a neutral evil healer, basically. He is a spoiled, rich kid that he has the most horrible things to say all the time, but he's a very good healer, and I really like his story. The tiefling is this guy here. This is the tiefling. She's a mongrel. These two are mongrels. Mongrel is a new race. It was invented in Golarion in the lore many years ago, but in this game, it's because the wood wound, that is the wounds that open the rift, the abyss. There has been 4 crusades the last 100 years, and we start the 5th crusade. Okay, this character starts the 5th crusade. That happens the pencil and paper as well as the video game. So in the first crusade, the first crusaders to repel the invasion of the abyss, they created a big cataclysm that separated the surface world to the underworld. They have something compared to Underdark in Faerun, in Toril, that is dark caves or something. It is a name similar to that. So they were kind of stuck there, but since they discovered that after repelling the invasion of the demons and spending so much time dealing with demons in the abyss and the corruption of the abyss, they started to have problems in their progenies. So because of that, they separated themselves from the surface people to protect the surface people from the corruption of the abyss that they had gained in their fight, in their crusade to repel the abyss, the demons in the first crusade. From the first crusade, 100 years have passed, and now there's generations of mongrels that are characters with abyssal characteristics, or just anomalies, or just they are just stillborn. So these two characters here, they are mongrels. Let me close this interface. Take a look. This is Wendwag. She's like this, okay? She's fucking bizarre. She has these tentacles, these spider legs coming from her back, and she has like fur. And we have Lan here, that he's half reptilian or something. He has no ear in this side, no hearing, and half elf. So those are the guys. And so okay, I choose. She has 3 negative levels. I have to deal with this. She is you find her. I'm going to fill you with spoilers because I haven't spoiled myself of the game, but I'm playing the game right now, so it's a spoiler. She's a succubus that she's trying to find redemption. That's it. That's Alushinyrra summarized in one sentence. A succubus trying to find redemption. And since I have found her the perfect waifu, I'm trying to romance her. But it's hard. Okay, so going to the city, I have to use restoration to remove the negative levels from my characters that I just got in the recent fight. And then I will continue to explore the slums of Alushinyrra. That is the city that I am right now. So okay, he has -1, so a normal restoration for him. No, what's this? Unseen Guardian. Okay. She has 3 levels, so it's better to cast 3 of these instead of the greater restoration, because each of these spends 2 diamond dusts, and the greater restoration that removes all spends 5. So until 4 negative levels, I cast 4 restorations. 5 negative levels up, I just cast a greater restoration that is better economically for me. Okay, we're good to go. Oh no, some buffs that last some hours here. I think they speak Latin or something like that. I'm not sure. So okay, I'm back in the beginning. Back in the beginning of the city. So the city, they implemented something for the video game specifically, because I haven't read this in the book. Maybe there's something like this in the book, but this video game specifically, that the aspect of chaos of the abyss, and this city specifically also, that is very the material of the city is made from the abyss, I don't know, raw matter. The city landscape changes from time to time, and they translated this in the video game by making this. when you move the camera, sometimes the landscape changes, and this is amazing. This looks like now Zelda. Okay, so take a look here. To go here, I have to move the camera, and things change. This is amazing. Here, I can pass, but if I change the camera, I cannot pass anymore because this went up. This is so cool. Right, so I don't know where to go to this flash mark. I think is the other region, and I haven't been able to climb to some places. I was postponing this because since this is a riddle, a geographical riddle, when I arrived here yesterday, I was sleepy already. I had streamed for like 14 hours, like 4 no 4 then 2 then 8 hours. I had streamed a fuck ton of time, so I was tired, so I didn't want to think. So I went just to the main objective quests. But now I want to get this chest here. How do I get this chest? I have to. Oh, okay. What did I find? Okay, perception check succeeded. I spotted a trap. Where's the trap? I think she spotted the trap. Oh, she spotted the trap up here. I can't disarm the trap because I'm not up here. So you see, it's well implemented this way too. The game, when you approach a place that is prompting a perception check, the game starts to roll the d20 for every character that you have. So I think I don't know the order that he throws. He threw the maid first. She has 5 perception, but Arusha she's a ranger, and she's a type of ranger that uses a lot of skills, which is perfect. So I can just have instead of having a rogue for the skills, I have this ranger that still shoots. She has 45 perception, so the DC was 35. I obviously I received. It's okay. How do I go up there? I don't know. You don't change. See, these things change. Yeah, I probably won't be able to climb from here. What about... I think it has to be little by little. Maybe here? Maybe here? Okay. Okay, it seems that I can go through here. Alright, we're getting there. Now... Okay. So I'm in another place. Let's go. No? Yeah, this here won't change. Maybe here? Oh, okay. Oh man. Oh. Can I go up now? I still can't. Okay, maybe... Oh, what's this? The flow of lava rushing through Alushinyrra to the ocean originates from somewhere at the very top of the city. Right, I've been here. I want this chest, but I don't want to keep... I don't know, to stay a long time trying to get over this... Oh, what did I find? A trap. I found oh, okay, here's the trap that I spotted. But I can't go up. Another trap? Another trap. Right up there. Rotten Guttery. Oh, I've been here. I've been here. It's just like a house that I invaded. Feels bad. It's so cool. Drink water.
You follow.
Frozen Salamander? Abyssal Salamander. What's this? Divinite Isles, the abyssal realm of Nauticula, can be found in Asia, the great ocean of the abyss. Okay, here's the ocean. Okay. Abyssal Salamander. Frozen Salamander? Why is it so cold here? I want to go home to the planet of fire without any flames around. I feel so cranky and want to kill someone. Oh, okay. Perhaps I kill you and bathe in your hot blood. It'll warm me up. Okay, you're going to fucking die.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, the other salamanders come to the party as well? Alright.
Out of my sight.
She's going to mount the horse, which I forgot. They are implementing a rudimentary mounted combat. Oh shit! Alrighty. How are you alive, brother? Let's use Phantasmal Killer here. He died. Okay, he's flat-footed, so he can't act, and he's intimidated by the attack of my paladin, so yeah. I can kill some salamanders, they're very aggressive. Fuck them. Got 3 spears, 3 magical spears. I didn't start the fight, I'm good. Dude, how do I fucking go up? I don't think it's through here. Yeah, still can't.
Move out.
So any dude, I have no idea how to go up there. This rotten guttery. Does this go down? I have to keep rotating the screen to see if any of the landscape will come down for me to find. Okay. What changed? Oh, I can't go there now.
You follow. Onwards.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, let me go back to the tavern. What the fuck? It's really hard, man. Maybe it's another entrance? Come on. Now I can go.
Move out.
No. The tavern. I didn't... There was an NPC here to talk. Familiar face? Hmm? This halfling with his horribly burned face and crimson whiteless eyes looks strangely familiar. After a moment's recollection, you remember his features. This is the sobbing man you saved, the poor caravaneer whose eyes were eaten by vescavers. However, he mysteriously disappeared after this was dude, like in the first 10 hours of game. Who stumbled into a nest of vescavers and lost his sight as a result. Luckily for him, you arrived just in time to pull him out of that ditch, only for him to end up in an even more dangerous and sinister place. Who are you? The halfling scans you suspiciously with his terrifying red eyes, speaks in a silken voice, while his hand carefully hides under his clothes, where undoubtedly a weapon is hidden. His name is Sam Crow. And just who are you? Don't you recognize me? I saved you from those Vescavors. For a few seconds, the halfling is silent, stunned, and then explains his excitement. From one eerie eye, a single bloody tear appears. Out of sheer emotion, perhaps. I thought your voice was familiar, but for the life of me, I just couldn't remember where I'd heard it. So it was you. What a surprise, what a joy. I thought I was a goner. Then you grabbed me by the skivvies and snatched me out of the claws of death. I never had a chance to repay you. When I came to, I looked around and there were crusaders everywhere. First thought was that they got me, they'd caught up to me, those pious dogs. I didn't notice it that I wasn't bound and guarded until later. But I took off running. I wasn't right in the head. You see, I had a nasty fever. But I didn't even get a chance to meet my savior. But not this time. I'm not going anywhere. Here, take it. This is for old Sam Crown, the scoundrel who still lives and breathes instead of lying dead in that blasted cannon. Take it all. The halfling insistently presses a small bag full of magical amulets into your hands. Okay, Ashmaker, I received some item. What's wrong with your eyes? I thought I healed you. The halfling grunts grimly. The Vescafors left some crap behind. Some kind of acidic slime. Or maybe those wretches laid their eggs. I don't know. Whatever it was. On the 7th day my left eye went dim. And on the 9th some sort of shadow spawned on my right one. I kept wriggling in there. A healer in the battle blaze cut off my old eyes and sewed these in instead. I can see in pitch darkness and tell difference in temperature, and do a bunch of other stuff. Master of his craft that healer was. Ruthless though. Jesse, man. How'd you end up in that crevice? As soon as those crusaders started mopping up our forces in Canabras, I knew it was no time to split. I knew it was time to split. Them eagle-watch interrogators snooping around everywhere asking questions. Just how did Baphomet cultists get into the city with such ease before the attack? You know, half our agents are scholars, not spies. Catch one and he'll rat out the rest. So I was out there in an instant and on my way back to my mates. I wish I could have found a proper guide, though, so I wouldn't have fallen into that Vescavor nest. Why were you scared of the Crusaders? As I was legging it away from Canabras, I just couldn't shake the image of the gallows they'd hung me from, for treason and all that. You wouldn't believe all the stunts I pulled off. I smuggled Lady Minago's letters into the city, hid cultists. Oh fuck, this is a Baphomet cultist, and I saved him. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm trying to roleplay here as a good character, and all the good options I'm choosing, like to be pious. So yeah, I think I would also save a soul just like that. Right. So let me see. In the middle of the stunts I pulled off, I smuggled Lady Minago's letters into the city, hid cultists under my guise of merchants' guards in my own home, brought Faxon in the Tower of Estrod, did some research on the Blackwing Library for Lost Zantir, who showed the demons where the Crusaders' barracks were on the first night? Me. They were all cut down and armored and half asleep. When the resistance gathered at the defender's heart, who was it that found out and told the demons about it? Me again. The whole time hinged on messengers and spies like me. That's why the Crusaders would have gladly hung me if I were caught. I'm about to kill this guy. I'm about to kill you, scum! So many good folks died because of filth like you. Scylla clenches her fist, her eyes burning with rage. Hey! Has she lost it or something? Get this lunatic away from me. She'll hurt me. Why work for the demons? All for wizardry knowledge. I've always been curious to a fault, especially when it comes to magic. Once I was allowed wizard's books, There was no stopping me. So I met a guy who let me read a whole bunch of Bennett books. It wasn't until later that I found out that he was an apprentice of Xanthi the Plagued One himself. Now that one knows a lot. So I asked to be the Plagued One's apprentice too. That's how I chose my side. He so smells sparing. Dude, he's responsible for all of deaths. Fucking hell. And I saved this guy and he's vanished afterwards. I couldn't even talk to him. Now I'm finding in Abyss and he was a fucking cultist. What are you doing, the Abyss? Halfling gives you a sly smile, which looks rather creepy with his red eyes. Same thing you are, hiding. You're one of Baphomet's agents too, right? Why else would you hold up in this dump with me instead of fighting over Galarium? I have a keen eye, and I can spot a fellow cultist from a mile away. Some crow grins smugly, clearly proud of his own insight. Okay, so... No, yeah, I'm going to fucking murder this guy. Yeah. You thought to be safe in the abyss. You thought wrong. Gah! You're still an eagle watch hound? Did a beach in a bed send you after me? Help! Greater bounty hunters are crawling over the abyss now.
Shall escape.
Okay, let's fucking kill this motherfucker. I never expected that. Okay, he died in the first arrow. Fucking scum. Didn't have anything. Holy shit. I could have spared him. Maybe there's some lore after... I don't care. I'm acting as I would... I guess I'm a little sanguinary. So, yep. Motherfucker. Burgos. A wrinkled demon with broken fangs and a missing eye stands before you. The eye socket is occupied by a large, squirming, multi-legged insect. Yet it seems not to cause the demon any discomfort. He greets you with venom in his tone. Welcome to Bad Luck. I'm Bargos, the innkeeper. Our establishment upholds a high standard of service in that it's better to eat and drink here instead of in the ditch. Sleep here at your own risk. Drown the rest of your life in cheap swill or purchase goods of the highest quality and dubious origin. He's sincere. Upon giving your entourage an appraising look, the demon adds in a silken voice, "We accept payment in golden slaves." Alright. What about dragon bites? Says Ivo, chomping her teeth. Do you accept those? I'll show you payments, you big meanie. Dirty floor, terrible booze, a clientele of scoundrels, each one more dreadful than the last, and an innkeeper who's a crook and probably a creep. Oh, the perfect venue to celebrate your arrival in this godforsaken place. Wants to keep me company and maybe even entertain the other patrons with a few Crusader songs. I doubt they've heard them before. This place makes you uncomfortable. You've seen all kinds of drinking holes, clean and filthy, safe and deadly, but this is the first time you've been in a tavern that Caden Kalian is the god of beer in Golarium. They call him the accidental god because he reached godhood while drunk. I'm legit just gonna buy this game and stream it tonight. You sold me on it. Dude, this game is amazing, man. Seriously. Fucking amazing. I have a better suggestion for you. Because they produced Kingmaker in 2018. So Kingmaker, compared to this game, is much, much less developed. I think that's the best word. But people from the community of Nexus mods created some... what did I type here? They created two mods that are very important to the game. One removes some bugs and adds some rules. What? Wait. What? Is this the correct? What? No, come on, let me... I think I have to write Pathfinder Kingmaker. So you should, in my opinion... Oh, okay, we have here. Pathfinder Kingmaker. Where is it? I'm not... Oh, I have to find in games. Not in mods. Browse all. Oh, okay, okay, good. No, that's the mod search. Kingmaker. No. What? Dude. It's letter B, Pathfinder Kingmaker. Pathfinder Kingmaker, okay? My cat wants to enter. Oh, you big crying baby. Dude, it's not sort by trending. No, yeah, that's the page. I'm just confused because it's not the same interface that I had first encountered. The name of the mods is Skull of the Wild and Bag of Tricks. Those are the two mods that you are going to install in King if you know you follow my suggestion. Because for example here I can't do this now because there's a conversation. I cannot rotate the screen now. But Kingmaker was not made to rotate the screen, but they made a mod so that you can rotate the screen. Sometimes you find visual bugs, little visual bugs, because they created Kingmaker not to be rotated. So sometimes there's some layers, not layers, some surfaces that are not, with render. And the Bag of Tricks creates some. The Bag of Tricks in Call of the Wild add more classes and more archetypes. Because I don't know if you're familiar with Pathfinder. Pathfinder, you have you're probably familiar with purchase classes. So we have here the core classes, and the Dungeons and Dragons 3.0 created something called precious classes to broaden the choices of a player. But precious classes needed requirements, right, of feats or skills or other classes, so that you could, for example, if you could only be Archmage in 3.0, the Forgotten Realms one, if it was a caster of 7th level spells, so the best way for that was being a Mage 13 and Wizard, and you had to spend 2 feats going on just waste those 2 feats for nothing. That is just skill focus on spellcraft, skill and improved skill focus. It was stupid, but the powers of Archmage, that was a separate class, a precious class, were great. You only have 5 levels of it, and you would gain also a spellcasting level, caster level, as you level the Archmage, and then later you could return to the Mage and finish the Mage 20. And Pathfinder created something called archetypes, so that you could or do away or, I don't know, put apart the precious class, so it wouldn't be something so important for the game. So here we have the barbarian, for example, and you can be this barbarian here that you have this table here, okay, fast movement, rage power, can dodge, until 20. But then you can choose an archetype. You can see here, for example, in this table, you have these powers that appear here in the special, they appear here as columns. So some archetypes, you lose the access of some powers to gain some other powers. For example, let's go for the, I don't know, the Mad Dog here. The Mad Dog replaces the rage powers gained at 2nd, 6th, and 14th level to gain the service of an animal companion. So the Mad Dog is a barbarian with an animal companion. So it goes first to fetch, damage reduction, throat cutter, and etc. So it's not all, it's just some powers, and it shows here. Okay, the Mad Dog. There's a legend somewhere. C changed, right? So the rage is changed. No, Mad Dog. The rage is changed. Rage powers are removed, and so on and so forth. So every archetype, you lose some things, you gain some things. So Kingmaker has not many classes, and each class has 3 archetypes. So you have the base class and 3 archetypes. But then the Call of the Wild and Bag of Tricks, they add many of the classes. So you can see here there are core classes, base classes, and alternate classes. You can be in hybrid classes too. So there are many of those classes, if not all. I think there's all classes if you install these 2 mods in Kingmaker. And they add more archetypes, so that every class of these number of classes, you have 6 archetypes for them. Of course, you can see Barbarian here is like 30, but this is, no, here, it's very hard to implement this in a video game. Come on. 6 is a big number already. And in Wrath of the Righteous Kingmaker, they already made this. They made most of the classes, I think all the classes, and 6 or 7 archetypes per class, including the base class. So, in my opinion, if you want to enjoy this game, or this company, or this genre in a good way, you should go over to Kingmaker, play it, this campaign, this adventure path is like this. You arrive in the Stolen Lands as a place of just wild nature, trolls, swamps, and bandits. And one realm of Restov wants to create a barony there, to create some kind of organization and some peace in the area. So you are going to be the baron. That's the most spoilers I'm going to give to you. You go to the place, you kill the bandit lord there, you become the baron. So you start to create this barony that's yours. You manage everything, and according to your alignments, even the architecture and the color of the city will change. And then the Kingmaker, you deal a lot of with fairies, then you go to another plane of existence as well. And it's very complex game. There's a lot of stuff. If I say too much, I'm going to spoil you so much of the game. This game is amazing, and I've played a lot of it. My first playthrough, that was my biggest, that I read everything, like I said, took me 218 hours. But I finished the game as a whole. I did everything possible. I was a neutral fighter archer at this time. Right? Sometimes I chose Evo, sometimes kills. And then you can come here, and then maybe by the time that you finish, you are going to be wanting more. So by the time that you enjoy this game that is already very well implemented, much better than Baldur's Gate 2, and it's in a very good place, Wrath of the Righteous is so much better than Kickmaker, and I never expected that. Because I was like, okay, this game raised the bar so high that I expect just the bar. Right? Yeah, my Divine Origin scene first playthrough was 100 plus hours. Yeah, exactly. So this game raised the bar so high that I was, from Breath of the Righteous, I was just waiting for the bar. I was waiting for a game as good as Kingmaker. But I am clearly halfway through the game, because I'm 14 and 5 in Myth the Path. And dude, there's so much more. It's just amazing. They, after that, Wrath of the Righteous Kickstarter. You can see here their Kickstarter that they did this. I don't know the dates. There's a date. Okay, Mark. No. There's a date when they created this. I don't remember. There's some place here. They created this Kickstarter, and they raised the goals like very fast. I think in 3 days they achieved the 300,000 that they pledged, and in, I don't know, 1 month they got $2 million. So you can see all of these things are added to the engine of Kingmaker. All of this. So, in my opinion, you should enjoy a game as complex as Kingmaker, and then come to this game to have a continuous orgasm of everything that they could even implement better, in a better way. And dude, it's just amazing. I should apply for a job for them to sell this game, because the game is fucking. This game sells itself, man. If you really like RPGs, if you really like the genre, you should go for this game, this company. They're amazing. Oh man, I'm so happy I'm playing this game. I feel privileged. So, alright, let's continue. That's my suggestion, right? That you install Kingmaker, install the 2 mods, okay, Call of the Wild and Bag of Tricks. Then the second one just blew me away. Yeah, right? I have to allow this. What the fuck, bot? Then the second one just blew me away. Yeah. So maybe you should go directly to Wrath of the Righteous. I don't know. That's your choice. Because right now, the implementation is even the Wrath of the Righteous is much superior than Kingmaker with the mods. Kingmaker without the mods is not very good. I played without mods, and then I had some more playthroughs with mods. So it's amazing. I would be playing Kingmaker right now with mods if it wasn't by the release of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So if you go and play directly Wrath of the Righteous, you are going to be blown away like a lot. And after you I don't know, play this game a lot, and you go back to Kingmaker, it's going to you're going to backwards a little bit, right? So that's my suggestion, is that you go Kingmaker and then you come to Wrath of the Righteous. Definitely start with Kingmaker. I like seeing the improvements by the sequence, yes. And it's not that it's a continuation, but there are many mentions that are very interesting. You can see here, this is the map of Galarium, and Kingmaker occurs here. This area that I'm passing my mouse is up here, yeah. Right here is the Stolen Lands. So you see that Nuberia is a nation of barbarians. The Riven Kingdom is more um, intrigue. Brevois is the duelists nations. Mendev is what we are right now. It's the Crusaders. So the Stolen Lands are here, and it's amazing. And it's long. It's amazing. And then this is the word wound. I told you that looks like an asshole. So the game starts here in Canabris, and then we go to Dresden, and by Dresden we go to a portal to Midnight Isles where I'm at right now. So it's amazing, man. And this map opens first the map of the city, then the map of this whole region opens so that you are controlling the crusade and advancing with troops. There's a mini game both in Kingmaker and the in Kingmaker you manage your barony, and in the Wrath of the Righteous you manage your crusade. You can disable these mini games if you don't like them. You can just go in the option of disable. I particularly enjoyed both of them, and then I'm in the abyss. So this here, so they because they're close, there's lots of mentions to each other's lore, and Golarion lore is not to be I don't know, thought lowly compared to Pharaoh. Really, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's just I am like a wizard of Forgotten Realms. I know so much that I don't dare get out of Forgotten Realms now. I know so much of Forgotten Realms lore. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons specifically for Forgotten Realms for 28 years, like I just told you. So it's the more I know Galarian, the more I know that they raise the bar too of the lore. It's just incredible. So it's go back to the game. I have to drink water. I speak a lot. This place makes you uncomfortable. You've seen all kinds of drinking holes, clean and filthy, safe and deadly, but this is the first time you've been in a tavern that Kedin Kalin has abstained from blessing with his visible presence. I'm the commander of the Galarian Crusaders. Show some respect. I'm not going to say that I'm chaotic and I don't like titles. So no. Tell me the latest rumors. The demon power is a shot of liquor that smells of blood and bitter ash. No problem. Have a drink and we'll talk. 500 gold. 500 gold for a drink? No way. Your loss. Okay, so he only tell me the rumors if I... Okay, I'll pay, motherfucker. The demon observes your face with obvious interest. The liquor stings and fills your mouth with the foul taste of salt and rotten fish. Holy shit. What do you want to know? Tell me about Alushinyrra. In short, there's no order in this city. There never has been and never will be. There are no laws here, as we demons spit on laws. The only law here is might makes right. Take everything you can and give away anything you can't protect. Obey those stronger than you, and maybe they'll devour someone else. Everyone does what Nauticula says. She splits Alushinyrra into 3 quarters. The lower city, the middle city, and the upper city. The elites live comfortable lives above. The fools and losers rot below. And everyone else sits in the middle and dreams of climbing up, though they mostly fall. Each quarter is walled so that no one goes anywhere they shouldn't. Guards watch the gates. Although in truth, the guards are just a bunch of the most vicious and violent demons who carry out Nauticula's commands. If someone cuts you down in front of them, they won't interfere unless she orders them to. Then again, if you decide to bash someone's head in, they won't concern themselves with it. The only reason they might chase you away is if they want to loot the corpse themselves. The important thing is, don't kill anyone in front of a crowd and don't bother guests from other planes. Nauticula has her reasons. She's trying to turn Alushinyrra into the interplanar bazaar of the abyss. And as you walk around Alushinyrra, keep track of the time. Oh, not in some tiresome don't waste your time sense. Watch the time as if you were in a jungle and a predator was lurking in the brush. It might pounce on you and freeze you in place, stealing days, months, even years. You wouldn't notice any changes and everyone around you would grow old and forget about you. In the abyss, time is a fickle and unruly thing. Okay? Holy shit. Tell me about this quarter. Demon points to a bottle of liquor. Imagine Alushinyrra in this bottle. The lower city is in the bottom. The explanation is quite apt. At the bottom of the bottle is coated with foul-looking scum, and a dead insect with 2 fanged mouths is stuck to it. Oh god. A cesspit. If someone or something needs to be eliminated, they send it to the lower city. They say the arena is the heart of the quarter, but that's nonsense. Did I skip one? No. This whole quarter is one massive arena. Everyone here is a murderer, a thief, and a scumbag. The bloodshed never ceases, and the denizens of Alushinyrra watch it with delight and wager on who will emerge from this lake of blood. You may think of the slums as a useless appendage, but they are the main source of entertainment for the city. How about the other quarters of the city? The middle city is all about trade. The 10,000 delights offers sex, the flesh markets deal in slaves and weapons, the mercenaries and assassins sell the death of enemies. The most successful business person of all is Shamir, at the harem of ardent dreams. Her merchandise is Nauticula's favor and the favor of the powers that be. The upper city is for those who already have everything and have no use for trade. Imagine if you were a creative or divine power that could live in complete comfort, free of almost all limits. That's the kind who live in the upper city. You'd be wise to stay away from them. In the lower city, they'll just kill you and defile your corpse. In the upper city, they'll pull your soul out through your nostrils with a red-hot needle, cook it into a stew, then force you to eat it and wash it down with a cocktail made from your eye's marrow. What the fuck? Aren't there many folks from Galarian here? Quite a few, but most of them wear special accessories. The demon draws an imaginary circle around his neck. They're slaves, is what I mean. Or meat sometimes. We do get some free ones from time to time, as scum as a rule, the only type who can survive amongst demons. Few humans can survive anywhere, even in the cauldron of madness that is Alushinyrra, just like cockroaches, and everything is clear. One last thing, Mortar. You must have noticed that the Alushinyrra was not built for your kind. It would be easy for you to get lost in our streets and die in an inglorious death if you don't know how to fly or teleport. But why should I want you to die while you're still drinking? Take this. If you lose your way, take it to any arch and it will transport you here. Nauticula's idea to eat guests from other planes such as yourself. Gold coin from the Bad Luck Tavern. Okay, so these gold coins are little teleportation tokens. Show me your wares. I need a room. Okay, show me your ware. Demon kicks open a large chest filled to the brim with all sorts of things. There are weapons and blooded clothing. It seems these items must belong to visitors from many different worlds. Here you are. Have your gold ready. I don't offer credit. The demon's voice drops to a whisper. By the way, I have something unique I can offer only to you. An 100 crystal. It holds incredible power. What's an 100 crystal? I know what it is, but let's go. You mean I haven't heard of them? But everyone Alushinyrra talks about them non-stop. Well, listen. These lot of demons appeared, and they were so strong you couldn't help but wonder how they acquired such power. And the strange thing is, those same demons used to be common riffraff, but then they became, well, I don't know what they are, but whatever it is strong. Rumor has it these supposed Nahindran crystals are the source of their power. Nobody knows what they are or how to get them, but not everybody wants one. The word has grown quite popular. These days, everything is Nahindran this and Nahindran that. No matter where you look, it's all hogwash and lies. Of course, my crystal is the real deal. Don't ask how I acquired it, that's my secret, but I could sell it to you. It's probably fake, keep it. Demon smiles venomous. It could be a fake, or it could be the best deal of your life. Only one way to find out, eh? Okay, let's sell the shit that I found. Oh, Ashmaker. Holy shit. A +4 Flaming Burst, Flaming Monk Weapon. This +4 Flaming Burst quarterstaff grants its wielder a +2 bonus on attack rolls and to cast a level for all evocation school spells. +2 casted level evocation school. But it's a movement action to change weapons. Okay, this will stay with the mage. Okay, what do you have here? Demon Slayer soup. You already know this recipe. You have some potions. You have some ingredients. Oh, Nahindran crystal. This amulet considered +1 competence bonus Nord word skill checks. Really? 50,000 +1 on knowledge world skill checks. No, I'm not getting this. Let me see down. Do I have Nahindran crystals here? No, I have magic essence. Experience such your crystal. Experience. No, I don't have. Okay, it's here. If it is truth, I'm going to buy it later on, but I'm very much doubt so. So I'm going to equip this staff to her. She's never going to use this light, or she will. I don't know. Let me equip this here. Okay. Now for also introduce against spells. Oh no, it's caster level for evocation and DC. Caster level. Yeah, I don't know. I don't need this. I don't need this. I can just sell this. No, maybe if I maybe if I find a companion, I can give it to him, like a mage companion, but it has to be a very good mage. Okay, I'm not selling that. I don't know how many companions are there. I've never spoiled the game to myself. There's a guy here, Mielara. Greeting you with a nod is a middle-aged sorceress with short dark hair, a skinny face and prominent cheekbones that bring to mind images of predatory birds. Despite the dark circles under her eyes and her overall worn-out look, her voice sounds friendly and welcoming. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Glarium? That makes us fellow countrymen, since I hail from Absalom. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Magister Mielara, a certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues, and the captain of an airship called Starcatcher III. What's the sorceress from Absalom doing this rat hole in the middle of the abyss? For a couple of seconds, the woman's gaze grows distant, and a bitter expression appears on her face before quickly fading. I suppose you could say that I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In the current stage of my life, the abyss seems like the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experienced and, at the same time, trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You seem honest. How do you manage to survive in this place? Frowning a little, Mielara crosses her arms in a resolute gesture. I see where you're getting at. You're asking how a captain who doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down, a captain that doesn't steal cargo and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? Mine is simple. My principles protect me. I strictly follow the unwritten aeronautical code. I never ignore those in distress. I never attack other vessels, and I honor the integrity of the cargo that I am entrusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness. What? Okay, this I don't know this word. Let's learn a new word now. Doggedness.
Doggedness.
Doggedness. So what the fuck is doggedness? No. A steadfast adherence to an opinion, purpose, or course of action in spite of reason. Arguments of persuasion. Being an effective detective requires doggedness? Get?
Doggedness.
Being an effective detective requires doggedness as well as cleverness. Okay. My doggedness earns their respect. Even it also provokes their ire. Besides, they know that I'm stubborn and I'll defend myself till the very end. I suppose that's the real reason why they haven't slit my throat and seized my ship yet. I'd like to know more about you and your ship. I can understand your curiosity. You won't find another ship like Starcatcher III in the Abyss. Actual captains like me are a rarity here as well, for obvious reasons. Tell me about your ship. Starcatcher III, as you can guess by her name, is not the first ship I have captained, but she is, without a doubt, the most technologically advanced, and she has been through the most amazing adventures. She is the most reliable and neat vessel you can find in the Midnight Isles. She and I, we've been through serious hardship more than once. But her ship has never failed me. Once Starcatcher III even made a short raid to the Rift of Repose, the place where the souls of murdered demon lords slowly disintegrate. Oh. Imprisoned inside the crumbling stone sculptures. Plus, I should also note that Starcatcher III has a unique reputation in these parts. She has never participated in pirate raids, never transported smuggler goods or slaves, never passed by other vehicles in distress without providing help, and never been in service to any of the demon lords. I can't think of any other ship in the Midnight Isles that enjoys such a good and honest reputation. Mielara utters the last words with pride, as if she were talking about a living creature instead of an airship. Who works on your ship? I handpick my crew personally and extremely meticulously. I try to recruit those who are not completely corrupted by the prevailing customs of this place. Let's put it that way. Even here, there's a chance, a rare one, but a sure chance, to meet a mortal of a good heart, who, though poisoned by this malicious environment, is not yet beyond redemption. I do my best to help these people, and if I'm successful, I give them enough gold so they can relocate to some other plane. Then I send them on their way. I hope that this way I'll be able to save at least some decent souls. Alas, in this case, failures come much more often than successes. So to protect my good-hearted but corrupted crew from making irreversible mistakes, I had to rely on some spells. With Milara taps her finger against her temple. I call it disciplinary thought correction. Torkachi the third, so there was a first and a second. The cheerful smile of the sorcerer fades away. Starcatcher II crashed on the rocks of Alinithia. We were sailing over Mara Island when a mutiny broke out. It's an evil place where discord and hostility fill the air like a noxious miasma. Parts of the crew tried to seize the ship. The others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends till I was the last one standing. Last survivor all by myself. I barely managed to guide my ship to Alinithia. But when I was bringing her into land, the rocks tore into her like a fishmonger gutting a fish. Starcatcher II was irreparably damaged. As for me, I escaped it with a couple of bruises and a chipped tooth. Sorcerer squeezes out a bitter smile. As for Starcatcher I, it was because of her that I decided to settle in the abyss. How do you want to happen in the abyss? The face of the sorcerer becomes grim. The words seem to come from somewhere cold and remote, as if from the grave. I was once a member of the Arcanumurium, the most prestigious magic academy in Absalom. Back then, I was a captain too, and I delivered special cargo and passengers at my colleague's request. I'd been assigned to a risky and extremely important rescue mission on the plain of Abaddon. I had to rescue a group of pathfinders who had gotten into hot water there. I literally ripped them out of the claws of the Grave Dragger, the herald of Zippus, god of accidental and pointless death. And that son of a bitch never forgave me for that show of disrespect. He put a curse on me. People around me started dying, both those I cared about and those I'd never even heard of. News of horrible, pointless, and tragic accidents that killed lives unnaturally short followed me wherever I went. But nothing happened to me. I managed to get out of trouble, any trouble, without a scratch. Even when violence raged all around, I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could lift it. Soon after that, Starcatcher I was wrecked in a terrible storm. Then I decided to go into voluntary exile and stay away from the plains where civility, mercy, and innocence are valued. Oh my god. In the abyss, I can at least avoid mourning those whose lives are cut short due to my curse. Besides, the abyss is insane and bloody enough even without me, so my cruel fate can add very little to this crazy whirlwind of aggression. Understand? I'm always at your disposal. Okay, I'm leaving. Very interesting. Fair winds to you too. If you find yourself in need of an excellent airship and a skillful captain, just let me know. Very probably I'm going to need this guy. Red mask. Get lost. I'm not looking for drinking companions.
I lead. You follow.
Oh, so if I click here, dude, I love this. Oh fuck, I love this screen. Seriously, it's so cool. Look at this. It's even shining the little places. Okay, and the little lava. Fuck, I love this. Let's go to the next one because there's an exclamation mark there. So let's see what's going on.
All this
If I press J, I know what's going on. Ooh.
onward.
Who wants to talk to me? I think it's going to be Greyboar. Dude, look at the background. Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's going to be Greyboar, the Slayer.
Move out.
Yeah, let's go then. Yeah. Greyboar gives a sly slime smile as he lights his pipe. The excited glint in his eyes betrays his impatience to share some news with you. Finally, he can contain himself no longer. Interesting news has reached my ears, Malone. There has been talk among the more disreputable citizens of Alushinyrra that someone is hiring the most vicious thugs and cutthroats to kill certain Willowdus. Familiar name, isn't it? I strongly suspect that this is the same Willowdus who set me up during the assassination of Darazan. I'd call that a fortuitous coincidence. Remind me, what do you have against Willowdus? I can't wait to have a few words with that fellow. He contracted me to kill the Baylor of Darazan and insisted that I use the magical dagger he gave me, which turned out to be defective. My target escaped and even thought it only postponed his death for a few days. And even though it only postponed his death for a few days, I sullied my reputation. This means, of course, that Willowdus will have to pay. I'm not yet sure how I will collect the payment in gold or his life. How did you obtain this information? Grable sounds offended. I'm an assassin. If I didn't know how to obtain rumors, I'd be out of work. I visited a few taverns, including a place called Bad Luck. It's a real cesspool, and information flows into it from all over the city. I was approached by someone who was looking for thugs to hire. He was the one who told me everything. I would have found out more if I had talked to him longer. But after he called me a bloody larva, he needed a dentist, and I needed a new mug of beer. Who is this Willowdus? Willowdus, I don't know. Greyboard takes a slow, thoughtful draw from his pipe, and then answers in a business-like manner. Here's what I know about our prey. He's a demon, and a wizard powerful enough to enjoy high status in the city. Lately, he has surrounded himself with a small army of mercenaries, but they are mere thugs who lack the skills of professional bodyguards. Ever since Willowdus found out about the bounty on his head, he hasn't left his mansion. I suspect it's full of traps. I wouldn't underestimate the danger of facing Willowdus. They were looking for real daredevils to bring him down, which means his whole business is almost certainly risky, maybe even suicidal. Once Willowdus dead, the wolf shrugs. An anonymous entity who apparently has more brains than Willowdus and is smart enough to keep his name a secret from his employees. I bet it is one of the Descarites. Darazan was one of Descari's lackeys, after all. And even though internal strife never ends within the snake pit, they always team up against external threats. And what do you suggest? I'll be damned if I let a bunch of incompetent thugs get to him before me. No, first I must have a little chat with Willowdus, and then they can do whatever they want with him. How about we leave those hapless goons in the dust and visit Willowdus' mansion first? Sounds like an exciting challenge, doesn't it? Do you want to kill Willowdus? Not necessarily. Perhaps I'd rather have the full weight of compensation in gold. And yet, the longer my vengeance is delayed, the stronger my desire grows to collect the debt. Another way. How do we find Willowdus? His mansion is in the upper city. It's called the House of Wicked Knowledge. I'm not sure how wicked his knowledge is exactly, but he's truly wicked when it comes to business agreements. Alright, let's pay this Willowdus a visit. Excellent. I think the conversation will involve some good old-fashioned violence. Okay, I have to check something here because maybe there's work callings. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, maybe I think I need to leave to work. I mean, I want to stream as a full-time job, but it's still very in the beginning. I barely am getting money. I have a YouTube channel, mostly of Path of Exile, but I started some content of Rebel Righteous as well. I'm going to be streaming later on, if people want to follow, I don't know. But right now, I think I have to go. I'm just checking here, just to be sure if I really have to go now. Not sure. Yeah, very probably. That's the dream. Streaming for life and for money. No, yeah, but it's going well. It's right now. I'm happy with what I have right now, and I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue until I can do this my full-time job. So yeah, I'm going to be leaving, and I go back. I'm going to come back in 1 hour or 6 hours, something like that. It is still work, right? So go there, man. Go buy Kingmaker or King or Roughly Righteous and enjoy the game. Really. I see you later, and that's my outro here. That I want people to drink water, keep good posture, and smile, because that's we are in difficult times. So that's what you should do. So I see you until later. Thank you for coming here. Bye.